Welcome back, guys. Got a great show for you today. Let's get into it. Rams laying 6.5 at the Titans. Totals at an even 49. LA's taking a lot of that early money, so look for them to be laying another half a point or so real soon. Now, here's why I think we're seeing them take so much money here in the early going. Reason number one, they are great on the road. Rams are covering 75% of their games on the road with a 6-2 record against the spread when traveling. They're also 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games away from home as well. Reason number two for the Rams taking money, they're great when laying the points. The Rams are covering nearly 70% of their games when laying points with a 6-3 record against the spread as the official Vegas favorite. Even better, they're 3-1 against the number as the official road favorite. And reason number three, they are great against good teams. This Rams squad has covered an impressive 4 of 6 games versus teams over 500. They're also facing a Tennessee squad who struggled against great defenses, covering just 2 of 6 games versus teams allowing less than 21 points per contest. Now, scoring-wise, the Rams have been pounding the overs lately. Right now, they're 3-0 to the over in their last trio of games. They're scoring 36 points a game on average in those 3. Meanwhile, on the other side, a little bit different story as the Paper Titans, if you will. The Paper Titans defense has kept them in some games as of late. The Titans went 3-1 to the under in their last 4 and gave up just 13 points a game on average in those unders. All said and done, I could definitely see myself fading the Titans in this spot here. They're fraudulent, and I've been saying that for most of the year. That said, there have been times where Mariota and the Paper Titans haven't looked fraudulent, and they definitely had a good time covering the spread when they're at home this year. So all told, I'm going to be taking a pass on this one, although I do think the Rams should take care of business by a few points here. All right, next game I have for you, it is going to be Buffalo, New England. The betting public totally fading the Patriots in this one, despite their great win last night against Pittsburgh. And yes, I saw the catch that was ruled a no catch. Wow. But this game got opened up by the markets with the Patriots as the 10.5 point favorites and the total at 47.5. Currently, the Bills are taking most of the early money after the Patriots moved to -11. Guess that half a point made all the difference. And right now, the Bills are taking just about 60% of the money in this one. The spread should move down closer to that original opening number of 10.5 here shortly. Now, few reasons why I think folks are fading New England in this spot here. Reason number one, the Bills are good against the spread. Right now, Buffalo finds themselves 9-5 against the number overall and 3-1 ATS in their last 4. Reason number two, opponents' win percentage. Buffalo's actually done a real nice job covering against teams with winning records. Right now, the Bills are 4-2 ATS versus teams over 500. They certainly prepare well for good teams and keep it within striking distance. So once again, this Buffalo squad covered nearly 70% of their games versus teams over 500. And thirdly, desperation. While certainly needing tons of help, this Buffalo team is looking at a legitimate playoff opportunity in the wild card. Now, after garnering themselves a couple tough, gritty wins in the past month, Buffalo needs this one on the road to keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, when it comes to the scoring, we haven't seen a whole lot of it in these Buffalo games. Bills contest went 4-0 to the under in their last 4. And 3 of those very aforementioned games, by the way, actually stayed under 27 total combined points. Lots of defense in these Buffalo matchups. Meanwhile, kind of similar story on the New England side of things. 3-0 to the under in their last trio. I don't think Buffalo's capable of putting up a whole lot of points, but it's very possible we could see a big day from Shady McCoy, and if we do, Buffalo could easily put up 20 against these very Patriots. All said and done, though, I'm pretty much at odds with the betting public on sides in this one. I don't think the Bills warrant as much action as they're receiving. Pats beat them 23-3 just a short few weeks ago. New England should be able to cover the double digits at home. I am fading a play on the spread in this one. I do, however, think we'll see a little defense in this matchup in Foxborough. Not sure where the public's going to move this line, but I'll definitely make a play on the total in this one. All told, I'm going to make a play on the line and take the under 47.5 in this one. All right, next game, Indy, Baltimore. Big number in this one. Baltimore opened 12.5, now 13.5. Total open 41, now 41.5. And although the Ravens took most of that early action, we're starting to see the visiting Colts take a little money at the moment. Indy's actually taking about 65% of the public action at the moment, and I really don't know why. If you find yourself leaning toward the Colts to cover the 2 scores in this one, couple reasons why you should be concerned. Reason number 1, location. The Colts have been terrible against the spread on the road. As a matter of fact, this Indy ball club has failed to cover 5 of 7 games away from home on the year. That puts them at 2-5 against the spread this season when traveling. Reason number 2 to fade the Colts, they suck as the dog. Indy's covering just 38% as the official Vegas underdog this year. That means when going into games, catching points. This Colts squad has covered just 5 of 13 matchups. Even worse, they failed to cover 5 of their 7 games as the official road underdog. That's 29% for you math nerds. And reason number 3 to fade the Colts in this spot here, Baltimore is damn good against the number. This Ravens squad is 9-5 against the spread overall for the year, 3-0 ATS in their last 3. And 5-3 covering as the favorite. Now, scoring-wise, ton of unders in these Indy games. 4-0 to the under in their last 4. The Colts averaged just 11 points per contest in those 4 as well. Meanwhile, somewhat similar story on the Baltimore side. 2-2 to the under in their last 4. All said and done, if I had to choose in this one, I'd probably lean towards Baltimore despite the double-digit lay. All told, though, this is another one of those games that I don't have a huge interest in wagering in. Look for Baltimore to be included in a lot of money line parlays this week. But all in all, as far as I'm concerned, I'm once again going to take another pass on this one as well. All right, I'm going to slide in my next game. I'm talking about Detroit, Cincinnati. Really like this spot here. Let's look into it a little further. The Lions open 3, now 3.5. Total open 43.5. Moved downward to 43. And no surprises here. Detroit continues to take money in this spot. Right now, Cincy has just 29% of the public money in this game. And honestly, why would you take Cincy in the spot here? They're 0-3 in their last trio. They've been blown out in their last 2 games, and they've scored just 14 points in their last couple. I think the public is very mindful of these facts. And here's a few more reasons why I think they're fading the Bengals in this one. Reason number 1, when expected to cover, Detroit covers. This Lions squad has successfully covered the spread in 4 of 5 games this year, laying the points. So as the official Vegas favorite, the Lions officially are 4-1 against the spread when laying the points. That's 80% for you math nerds. That's a very good stat. Now, reason number 2 for the Lions taking money, they're good on the road. This Detroit organization is a solid 5-2 against the spread in all their road games this year. Even better, they're 2-0 covering in their games as the official road favorite. And reason number 3 to fade the Bengals. Detroit punishes bad teams, and this is the most impressive trend of them all when it comes to this matchup. So far in the year, the Detroit Lions are 5-0 against the spread versus teams with a sub-400 win percentage. And on a side note, the Lions are also a perfect 3-0 ATS in games at the current posted total. Now, scoring-wise, not a whole lot of it in these Cincy games. The Bengals went 3-0 to the under in their last trio. Meanwhile, Lions games went 2-1 to the under in their last 3 as well. Should probably see a little more under money coming in on this one. Probably see this one close out at about 42 flat. That said, I really like Detroit and this number here. Got to take advantage of it. All told, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take the Detroit Lions -3, getting the job done against the spread. Next game I have for you, it is going to be Miami catching double digits at Kansas City. The Chiefs are laying 10 with the total moving downward to 45 flat. I never do well with Andy Reid games, but I think I got a beat on the total in this one. But scoring aside, we're seeing the Chiefs continue to take money in this one. Right now, they're taking 56% of the betting action on this game. Might not be enough to move this line today, but if this trend continues, look for Miami bettors to catch another half a point in the near future. And if you're leaning toward the Dolphins in this spot here, you're going to need all the help you can get. Not only is the general public against you, but so are the trends. Couple reasons why the public's fading the Fins in this game. Reason number one, their record against the spread on the road. And let me tell you, these guys have been unsuccessful when traveling. So far, Miami's covered just 2 of 7 games on the road this year. Even worse, they're 0-4 against the spread on the road in their last 4 away games. Reason number 2 to fade the Fins, when expected to fall short, they indeed fall short. Now, depending on where you shop at, this Miami squad's covered just 4 of 11 this year as the official Vegas underdog. Even worse, they're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games as the official road underdog. And reason number 3, the public's fading the Fins in this one, Kansas City at home. And let me tell you, this Chiefs squad has been covering machines in their games at Arrowhead. Kansas City's gone 5-2 against the spread in their home games this year, 3-1 against the spread at home in their last 4. Now, scoring-wise, quite a few unders between both of these teams. KC games went 3-1 to the under in their last 4. Miami games went 2-1 to the under in their last trio of contests themselves. Not expecting a whole lot of offense out of Miami in this one. If I had to take a guess, I'd probably lean toward the under. But like I said before, I've done a fairly piss-poor job with any and all Andy Reid games. So I think I'm going to take a pass in this one. But if you're liking the Fins in this game, just be careful because the numbers are against you. All right, I'm going to slide in my next and final game for the show. Got to save the best for last. I'm talking about Cleveland at Chicago. And once again, I'm baffled. I can't believe it. Week in and week out, the Browns continue to take sharp money, and it's ridiculous. As far as this game goes, the Browns took public action. They took public money in the early going. Chicago opened 7, now laying 6.5. Totals at a rotund 39 points. Folks are going to continue to bet these Browns, and I think they're going to fail to get that big marquee cover they've been looking for here on out. Now, here's a few reasons you may want to think about fading the Brownies in this one. Well, I'll tell you, there's a million reasons, but I'll give you a few. Reason number 1, overall record against the spread. The Browns covered just 3 of 14 games this year. Reason number 2, can't cover on the road. The Browns covered just 1 of 7 games away from home. Reason number 3, they're 3-10 ATS as the dog. Reason number 4, they're covering 17% of their games that kicked off at the current posted total. Reason number 5, they've covered 1 of 6 games as the official road underdog. Reason number 6, they're 0-2 covering against teams under 400. Reason number 7, they covered just 1 of their last 7. And finally, reason number 8, just to name a few, the Bears are 5-2 against the spread at Soldier Field. Now, scoring-wise, haven't seen much of it between these two teams. Cleveland games went 2-1 to the under in their last 3. Bears games went 4-0 to the under in their last 4. You know what, guys? I've been conservative in my play calling the last couple weeks. Let's have a little fun with this one. I'm going to make a play on the spread when it comes to this game. And you know what? This will probably be the game the Brownies finally get that outright win. But I don't care. I got to bet against them. I got to fade them. All told, I'm going to make a purchase of the hook, buy it down, and take Chicago -6, getting the job done against the spread. I'm also going to make a play on the total. We're getting crazy. We're getting nuts. So look for a shootout in this one too. I'm going to take the under 39 total points in this one. All right, folks, that is going to do it for my first installment of NFL Week 16 picks. Man, I can't believe we're in Week 16 already. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. We're going to have 2 more installments. We're going to have the late games and obviously the 1 o'clock slate games coming out. So 2 more pick shows for NFL coming out later in the week. Be on the lookout for that. All right, that is going to do it for me. Before I get out of here, I have to remind you, I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.